every single time I've played against Licorice, I feel like the guy's win trading, so I'm not sure.
What the fuck, Bwipo?
It's true. Come on, who's gonna freeze bot wave? Who can do it? Let's go! Oh, look at that EQ! Shuffles the creep wave. Woo! Shuffles the creep waves. 1 minute and 22 seconds.
Wait, where's Sven going? What?
They got Nash.
Oh no! No, wait! No, wait, the cam is...
Oh my god!
Oh no, the cam spoiled
it! Holy shit, again. At least we don't know who won. At least we don't know who won, right? Wait, Thingy's sitting at their thingy, at the table still. Does that mean they're tilted or what?
Or they're reviewing it. They're reviewing it. They're reviewing it.
I mean, they looked a bit mauled, you know?
They might be a bit
There
more.
was some mold on the cam. There was some molding on the cam, I felt like.
Oh, what? Okay, I mean, it's over.
I mean,
oh, he didn't.
Licorice salvaged the fight.
Yeah, he got the haymaker.
He didn't get the E, but Gragas made sure that it was fine.
Over. I mean, FlyQuest's cams are really weird, man. Like this is LCS finals, and they're like smiling and laughing. And the only people that aren't is Ignar and Wild Turtle.
I mean, at this point, it's go next, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna move my cam so people can see. It's actually really weird. I mean, I can't totally see Wild Turtle because he's like leaning down. But
I don't think they're happy, but you know, maybe they're like, "We'll get him next game, guys." Haha. It's not bad, you know. I don't think it's bad to try and keep morale for the next game.
Yeah, but I think there's a time and a place. Well, obviously, okay, we can't pretend to know their inner team dynamic, but I think it's always strange because in all of my experience, like, especially in all the various pro team houses that I've ever lived in, I've never seen that behavior. Do you know what I mean? Except in like, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like like
smiling when you're losing.
Smiling when you're losing a really important match. Or like smiling and laughing when you're losing a really important match.
I mean, like for me personally, like it's like if I really realize that like it's completely like for example today, right? It was obviously it was getting rough, right?
Yeah.
We were going into game 3. It was not looking much better. Like at that point, it's not like during the game. Obviously, like I was destroyed by by the fact that I was playing so poorly, right? I was obviously not happy, but if you're good in the game and you're creating a state where you can like cheer your teammates up so that they don't like completely lose mental and like basically just FF the series, I think it's actually quite important. Like giving your teammates hope, like this is the way we're gonna win, guys, don't worry, is actually a pretty big deal.
But do you think like smiling and laughing, like okay, I know that we're like fucking psychoanalyzing and stuff right now, but
I mean, I obviously don't think it's like necessary, but
yeah,
like I don't think it's necessarily necessary to do that. But
Twitch,
I do think that like,
sorry,
like for example, me and Selfmade, like we crack jokes like about like us playing poorly or like someone playing poorly or doing something stupid all the time. And that could happen in a game like this, right? Like where he's poking me. He's like, yeah, maybe next game you won't die twice by minute 4 and Zach Orn match. You know, and then it's like I can't help but crack a smile because you know, like he doesn't mean it bad. He's just like trying to lift the mood up, right?
Okay, I guess that's true. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You know, like and then like for example, this game, like someone can be like, you know what, next game maybe you'll decide not to build Raw on Syndra, and everyone's like. Everyone drops a little chuckle, you know, because
maybe no one even notices. They just don't even like. I don't
think they question it at all.
Really?
I don't think the players question the fact that I think maybe at the start they're like, why don't you go this item instead? I think it's stronger.
Then again, they build Stoneplate on set to give, or they build Stoneplate on Ornn to give set bigger Rs.
Right. That's the thing.
That's the play. It's the pro play.
I mean, in general, wait, this fight is not winnable, is it?
No, it's not. It's unwinnable. Oh,
I'm just saying, like, I think like maybe early on, like they question it.
Oh, hold on. Revenge is in chat.
In the sense of like,
Revenge is in chat. He said, speaking as a FlyQuest member, all teammates are really close and friendly, so I can see why they're being like this. Someone probably cracked a joke. Okay. It just Ignore and Wild Turtles player cams looked very different than the other threes. So I mean, I just read it as like they're taking it more serious, but I don't know. Again, I'm just using conjecture, so yeah. Take it away, Bwipo.
well, I was saying that I think like maybe at the start people question like, why do you build that, or do you think that's really better than this? Mm-hmm. And then if like a reason is good enough that someone can agree with it, they're like, let it be, you know?
Okay. Does that happen with Leandres?
I mean, there's times where it's like it's clearly a good item, and there's times where it's like I don't think you should have. Like for example, Nemesis built Wit's End in a game against G2.
Yes.
In the Yasuo game he played against G2, and I questioned him. I think the Wit's End buy was actually not good at all. You know, and I'm like, I don't think like Wit's End is as good as going PDIE and then just trying to like burst someone with Gragas, right? Because they were playing like Janna top, Yuumi, Ezreal, and I felt like our best chance of winning a fight would be bursting them, right? I didn't feel like a sustained fight was going to be favorable for us building Wit's End, and early on in the game we were ahead, so I felt like I should question him on that, and I did, right? But he told me like I played a lot of solo queue and this is the best item, like this is the item I felt most comfortable with, and I think it was the strongest, so I ended up building it. You know what I mean? Or what am I supposed to say as that as a teammate, you know? Like, fucking retarded, like, never build this item again, or else, you know? You know, you're just like, you know what? Like, if that's how you feel, then fair enough, but you should at least challenge the idea, right? Like, challenge, like, is this really the best idea?
True.
Like, do you actually think that's the best? And then, if you can give me, if you give me a reasonable idea of, like, you know, this what feels the best, and I think building Wit's End creates a situation where, you know, Yasuo can contest Akali on side lane at every given point, then I can see why he builds it, right? That doesn't mean I 100% agree with it, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Where do you think Cloud9 would be in LEC? So I've already commented on this. Twitch chat's asking.
I can't say.
Really?
It's really hard to say.
I don't think...
I don't know. Like, I think they're good enough to actually contest game, like best of fives against G2 and Fnatic, right? Obviously, I lost right of speaking of best of fives against G2 Fnatic, and like we can contest G2 because we lost to them, and that's fair, you know. So like whether or not they would beat G2 or not, I don't know. And how would they stack up against us is honestly, I don't know, because every time I've played against Licorice, like I guess Sam Matthews got his PayPal or something. I don't know. Every single time I've played against Licorice, I feel like the guy's win trading, so I'm not sure.
What the fuck, Bwipo?
It's true. So I think he's a good player, and like I talked to him, and he's a smart player and everything.
Yeah,
insane. But when he plays against me, he's win trading or something. Every single game I played against him, without fail, he's like actually just fucking griefed it.
Oh my god.
And I get it, you know. At Worlds, he explained to me that he picked Echo into Victor at Worlds because they couldn't make Victor work, but they couldn't ban it either. So I can respect that, you know. You're just like, fuck it, this is all I've got, team. And the team is like, you know what, we're this deep into a hole, we'll try it. Right?
Listen,
so he tried
my
it.
teddy bear,
I knew
my teddy bear has Cloud9 colors.
Alright.
Okay. So, I just want Reddit to know that when we end up on the front page because of you.
Nah, what? Anyway, my point is I understood why he picked that matchup, but then like I played against him in Rift Rivals, and maybe that was for fun for him, so he didn't care. But then like I don't know what to say. Every time I played against him, I feel like he's not had the best performance. You know, maybe I was a bit too rude. It won't have the way I put it, but and the thing is, you know, what I said in the interview that that actually got put out in live is I actually didn't know I was being recorded, right? And I'm gonna say this for everybody in Twitch chat: every single professional player will have choice words for their opponents one way or another. If they think they're better, they will put it in a way where nobody on their team will question what they think. And this is the truth.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. There was a video of SKT versus Splice from last year. And in this video, Clid said to Khan, I think you can die 5 times and you'll still be a better top laner than the enemy than Bizichachi. Obviously, he would never say something like that publicly.
Yeah, but he's thinking it.
Exactly, and that's the same thing. Like when I said, I think Licorice is really bad, or whatever I said. I'm not sure what the specific words were, or exact words were. I didn't assume that I was being recorded, so I go in unfiltered.
Koreans are really unfiltered when they're not in professional interviews. It's the funniest thing ever.
But that's what I'm saying, right? And that's very normal. But people don't actually know, you know. But I know for a fact that, for example, before World Finals, FPX versus G2, the G2 was chatting shit about, or G2 was chatting shit about FPX for sure. I mean, I would be surprised if they weren't. Honestly, like if they had that much respect for FPX, and fair enough. But I know for a fact we were talking shit about FPX for sure. Like, oh, they're bad at this, they're bad at that. It's gonna be free because it also hypes you up, you know.
Yeah.
Like it helps your team get in the right mindset of like we're gonna fuck these guys up, you know.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is, you know, and then you might get reality checked, you know.
Yes.
Actually, against IG, we did not flame their players. We knew they were good because we played against them. We played against them in group stage, and we knew what they were made of.
Are you looking forward to Worlds this year?
Of course, I look forward to Worlds every year. Worlds is a great event. It's where you show off, you know. It's what happens.
I really hope that like Corona does not cause you know what I mean? Like 2020.
I agree.
That's a scary.
That would be unfortunate. That would be very unfortunate.
Yes.
But still, like just the event of Worlds in general, like having pro players like converge on the same server is already a great experience, in my opinion. Like the difference between EU solo queue in group stage Worlds, in group stage Worlds, and then when groups ended, it was actually just it became unplayable. It actually, like, I wanted to stop playing solo queue. It was so disturbing to have you had 8 Worlds players per game, and then you had 8 random players per game. And the game just became, I wasn't playing the same game anymore. Like, I honestly, like, it wasn't, like, I felt like I was playing League of Legends, and the day later, I was just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What are these people trying to accomplish? Like, what is happening? Nothing makes sense anymore. And the thing is like, the most fun about solo queue is when you play against, like, when you play against, the really good players. I didn't actually get to play against Faker, but I played against the Shy, and you could tell, you know, like I could tell that it was someone that was really good
sentient.
Not even like beyond that, you know, just some like holy shit, like this guy. Fun fact, I destroyed him, but still, like, even whilst he was running it down, I think it was 0-4-0 or something. He was running it down. He was still contesting trades with me evenly, playing GP Lucian. It was not a cap. It was not a cap. I was playing GP into Lucian, and I solo killed him 3 times that game. If the VOD's out there somewhere, someone can confirm or deny, but I know it happened. No cap. It happened.
Right.
He couldn't play the game. He could not play the game. He couldn't breathe.
I apologize for Bwipo. The loss earlier really got to his head.
I'm actually gonna look it up. Gang, I'm actually gonna look it up. I will make you eat your words if I find it.